Hey my Squidlings, it's Katie here and welcome back to another demo and review video. So today I am going to be showing you these Williamsburg handmade oil paints. I reached out to them and they generously sent us a couple of samples to play around with. Very excited. So we have two boxes here. We have the Balanced Trio set, which has a red, a blue, and a yellow color. And then we have a landscape set, which comes with a yellow ochre, a Sèvres blue, and a Courbet green. I think I'm pronouncing those right. Let's just kind of open these boxes. I've already kind of opened them and taken a little bit of a look, but I believe these are just like sample boxes. You can buy the tubes of paint individually, but I don't know if you can buy these or not. So inside they have this little bitty paper. It's not little bitty, actually, it opens up. And it talks a little bit about the product. So it's a little bit of the history of the Williamsburg Oil Paints. Born in the Williamsburg neighborhood of Brooklyn, out of an artist's obsession with getting the most beautiful color from every pigment and a belief that this should be every paintmaker's mission, each pigment is milled to enhance the character and luminosity of paint. As a result of this philosophy, each color has a unique personality for artists to experience and a richness that comes through in their work. This living concept in oil colors carries forward the tradition of artist-made paint for painters seeking to honor to make history. And then over here it says, beyond our beautiful colors, Williamsburg offers a selection of fine oil painting mediums, pigments, and grounds. So they have linseed oil, cold pressed linseed oil, stand oil, and alkyd resin, wax medium, extender medium, titanium oil ground, lead oil ground, genuine rabbit skin glue, Demark crystals, pure beeswax. They have pellets and blocks of that. And then they have dry pigment colors. And then in here it just shows all of the different colors in their handmade oil color set, which are these right here. Then they have the French earth colors, the Italian earth colors, their safflower colors, their interference colors, and then their iridescent colors. It has a pigment grind category, very fine to coarse, and I think that's really cool. So it's nice that they give you this little chart of all the oil colors that they make. Actually, Williamsburg Oils is a part of the Golden Paint Colors company. It was picked up after the founder passed away, and so they're kind of a hand-in-hand company, which is really great. So Golden does acrylics, and then the Williamsburg does the oils. So in this set we have the Indian yellow color. It only has one pigment in it, which is always a nice thing. This is not for resale. I'm not sure what size this is. It doesn't say, but it feels like a 5 milliliter. But I could be wrong. It might be 10. I don't know. They are relatively small though. This is the Ultramarine Blue. And it also only has one pigment in it. And then this one is Permanent Crimson. And this one also only has one pigment in it. And they each have a series number right here that says Series 6. The Ultramarine Blue is a Series 2. And the Indian Yellow is a Series 3. And then next up, we're going to open this one. And it just has the same little paper here. So I'm going to set that aside. Then we have a couple of other colors. So we have Sèvres Blue. This is from Series 3, and this has a few more pigments in it. This actually has 3 different pigments in it. Then we have the Courbet or Corbett, I'm not sure which, green. This is from Series 3, and this also has 3 pigments in it. And then lastly, we have the Yellow Ochre Domestic from Series 1, and it only has 1 pigment in it. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get these all out of these boxes. And we're going to get a little swatch card out. We're going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to swatch these out, but I'm going to do a couple of different things. So first off, I'm going to show you the pigment itself without any kind of, watering it down with like thinner or linseed oil or anything like that. Then I'm actually going to show you guys what it looks like with a little bit of white added to it, so you guys can kind of see how white affects the pigmentation. So we'll go ahead and do that, and I will speed it up because it's going to take me a while, so let's go ahead and do that. So before we get onto the swatches, I thought I would add this little clip in of me just squirting out the paint, because I think it's really satisfying to just watch the paint come out of the tube. And just look how gorgeous these colors are. They're so pretty. So onto the swatches themselves. So I'm starting off with the permanent crimson, and like I said, so you can see the gradient. It goes from the actual pigment colored all the way down to something lightened with a little bit of linseed oil, and then on the side it's mixed with a little bit of white, just so I can tell what it'll look like when it mixes with white, because a lot of paints are different. Like, they handle white differently. Sometimes they just wash the color out. Sometimes they make the color really vibrant, and I think that's what these paints did. They handled white really well, and it just accentuated the color that much more, and I think that's fantastic, because it's really great having colors that play well with white, especially because that's what you use a lot of. At least that's what I use a lot of in oil painting. So I did lose some footage with these swatches. I apologize, but you'll see the other colors in this picture. So everything in this painting was mixed with these colors in addition to white. I did not get a white, so I used my own, but I mean, white's, it's a solid white. I didn't really add much to the picture. I was just able to get a little bit more of you know, range of colors than I would be if I didn't have white. So you may recognize this picture. It is from my my highlighter challenge, and if you haven't seen that, I will link up in the video. But I wanted to redo this, so almost right after I did the highlighter challenge, I kind of sketched this out with some really thinned out burnt sienna, and I just kind of let it sit, and then when I got these paints in the mail, I was like, oh, that would be perfect to paint. So yeah, I did that, and I painted this with some liquid, I think that's called, and it helped it to dry within like 24 hours. So this painting actually didn't take me very long, and this is actually the first oil painting I've done in a very long time. So let's go ahead and talk about the paint. So they're really smooth. I really liked working with them because they were so smooth and they went across my canvas really nicely. And they're vibrant. As you can see in this painting, they're really vibrant. And they mix well together. That purple mix was obviously mixed with the crimson and the ultramarine blue, and I think they made a gorgeous purple. They come in 37 milliliters, 150 milliliters, 8 ounces, and 16-ounce jars. Most of them do anyway. So the containers I have, of course, are sample size, so I doubt you'll be able to buy those, but I don't really know. So from what I understand, they come in a range of 178 colors, and that's a pretty big range. I have 6 of those colors. It takes about 3 days to dry, though, if you don't have any kind of quick drying medium or anything like that in there. So, you know, it's really not that long, though. It's just about what an oil painting would take if you don't use any mediums to speed up the drying. The smell actually isn't that strong, which is really nice. Whenever you're painting with oils, you always want to paint in a ventilated area. And, you know, this painting was no exception. I did that. But they really didn't smell that bad, which is a really nice thing. And a little bit of this stuff goes a very long way. I mixed a butt ton of that skin color thinking I was going to have to use a lot of it. And I didn't. So, yeah, I have a big old container full of it now. You know, I'm going to go ahead and give these a rating of 8 out of 10. They're really rich and really smooth. They're super easy to use, and actually I would really recommend these if you're getting into oils, because I think they're very user-friendly and I really enjoyed them. I want to go ahead and say thank you very much to Williamsburg Oils for letting me try these out. I really love them. They're probably some of my favorites that I've used. They're very fun to play with, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this painting and this review. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Also, I will leave a link down in the description below to where you can purchase some of these if you want. I would highly recommend it. Also, I have links to my Twitter and Instagram if you want to follow me there, as well as a link to my art store, to where you can buy prints and originals of all of my art. And if you want to be a part of our cute little squid pod, you can hit that subscribe button down below. And until next time, guys, toodaloo! And their tribe doesn't... They think that kids that are born beautiful are evil. So she was put in the snake tribe.